All right, this is MobileGamerNerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only champion spotlight. Today we're going to be working with one of my favorite heroes, who surprisingly enough I don't use a lot, but he is one of my favorites, and I do kind of like him. I don't know why. I just like that Dark Souls-y knight kind of thing, and he does all that really well. So yeah, we're talking about Myrmidon. Yes, Myrmidon. He's the best. I'd rather fight with you than any army of thousands. I don't know why I had to add the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice to that, but just know that it was important to the video. That's all I'm saying. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Myrmidon, see what he can do. Let's check out his skills real quick and see what he's about. So, what makes him good? Here we go. So he's got one attack. Yes, that's it. That's it. That's why he's good. He has a 20% chance of placing a provoke debuff for one turn if the target has a higher max HP than this champion. So you really want to build him more defensively and less HP heavy. And then his A2, he's got an attack on all enemies, has a 60% chance of placing a 25% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. Very helpful for enemies that have high attack. I know, who would have thought, right? Dropping attack of monsters that have high attack. All right, A3 places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies for 2 turns, places a 15% continuous heal buff on this champion for 2 turns. Really great for protecting the team from, annoying enemies. Really bad if you get hit with a really hard attack and then it kills them. So, I mean, yeah, it's you know what? That's raid. I mean, I got nothing else to say about it. That's raid. His aura. He's got a increased ally defense in all dungeons by 20%. Very helpful for dungeons, obviously. And then we put him in the Carapace Blessing. He's got the extra 200 defense, which is why we did it. We want him to be quite defensive since he is a defensive hero. And as you can see, damage based on defense, damage based on defense, and there is no damage on the skill, so it doesn't really matter. Masteries, what did we do? So we went down the offensive tree. We want him to get a little bit more attack. You could build him defense support. Nothing wrong with with this build or that build. Don't think that my way is the highway, or my way or the highway. You know what? Screw the highway. I don't care about the highway. Just know that this is how I built him. So we got him with a little bit of War Master so we can get some damage out of him. Your basic offensive tree. And then we went down support to get him a little more accuracy for his attack down and everything. He gets his increased accuracy. He's got a chance to reduce skill cooldowns. He's got this one, which has a 30% chance to extend the duration of any buff cast by this champion. Essentially, his protect can do that. And then we also have the turn meter reduction. I mean, because why not? Might as well give him a little bit of CC kind of support abilities, make him kind of cool. Now, I can't show him unfortunately, in Faction Crypt. It sucks, but we know what that's what it is. But before we do that, and before I tell you that I'm not going to do that, why don't we just go look at what we put on him? I probably should have done that first. So he's got basic stuff on him, HP defense, nothing crazy here. He does have a heal on here with this set. He does have a accuracy boost for his attack down and all that stuff. We have speed on his boots. We have defense on his chest. And we have defense on his gloves. Yes, I know it's a flat stat. Yes, I know it's bad. I don't care. It's what I had. And yeah, that's where I'm at on it. You know what? Flat stats, baby. Let's just do it. And then we have, guess what? Defense on his ring. Defense on his amulet. Who wants to guess? We have resist. Yeah, you thought it was going to be defense, but it was resist. Because you want him to not get stunned. So, whatever. That's what it is. You could just put them in all defense and say, screw it, just let him soak up damage. And honestly, that's not a bad idea. I wouldn't even be against it. So there you go. All right, so let's look at total stats. Total stats here. We've got 36,000 HP. Like I said, very low HP comparatively. We've got 1,800 attack. His defense is still pretty low, even with all the defense crap we got going on him. Got 4,100 defense. I would probably get him higher, somewhere around the 5,000 mark. Got 176 speed, which is reasonable but not amazing. 61% crit rate, also reasonable but not crazy. Crit damage 120. I would probably get his crit rate up over this, but it is what it is. Distance, we've got 178, and then accuracy, we've got him. I'm covering it 172, so I couldn't even read it. Awesome. All right, so where do we use him? So, like I said, you can use him in the faction crypt. I used him in the final boss of the final area, so stage 21. We did build him in there. Where is it? So we did beat it with him. Where the hell is it? Here we go. He's in Bannerlords. My bad. So we did beat it with him in Bannerlords. So yeah, I have the picture up of it in 23 minutes and 5 seconds. This will open up, and yeah, that sucks that I didn't have it open for this video. But you know what? That's life. I'm actually going to do a separate video on that, and that's going to include him, and it's also going to include Brisk Arm. So you'll be able to see them in action in that video when I do that. So that's where we're at on that. But yeah, we were able to beat the Crypt with him. Pretty crazy. So let's try him out. He's really not an arena hero. I mean, you could bring him in there. I mean, well, let's just try him out. It's not good. You're not going to have like the best fights in here, so I wouldn't get too crazy with it. Here, let's refresh and see if there's a team in here that's reasonable to fight. A couple in here that I would definitely kill if we weren't doing a stream on this, but it is what it is. Let's just refresh again. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. This is a 84. We don't want 84. This is a terrible team to fight, so let's try it. You like that? Like, this is a terrible team. Now, we are gonna be going in here with, insanely good heroes on the side, so there's a high probability here because these guys are jerks, alright? But you know what? Who knows? You never know. We still have our speed up on our Arbiter, so maybe we can outspeed them. It is possible. I mean, probably not. They're gonna go first. Yep. We're dead. Alright, so basically, we wanna do attack up. Hopefully, we go next, so we did. Now, hopefully, we can get a freeze here, but they have their, debuff thingy up here, so we're not gonna be able to freeze them. So we're just gonna go for damage, I guess, on this. Let's see what we got. See if we can get some damage going. All right, so now we can do an attack down, which we can't do because it's stupid, and then we have the ally protection. So why don't we try that? Maybe it'll save us from getting our butts handed to us any of these attacks. Now we want to kill Death Knight next. Now remember, he's not here in a show of like, okay, we actually have shields up, so this could be she actually does damage against shields. That could actually help us. Didn't help us much, but it helped us. So he's really defensive. So he's taking those hits pretty well. Okay, so he is good. Now maybe we can hopefully remove some stuff here. Even one, yeah, even though I say even a couple of debuffs removed. Nice. Now these two don't have their debuffs removed, but we can't do anything else except hit him. So using this is almost useless because it won't. I don't think it'll still his turn meter. Let's say, boom, it did actually. So that was fun. All right, now we're gonna try to do some attack down, even though most of them can't. We'll block it, so we're just really going for the damage. Really need to kill, unfortunately, him. But all the attacks are going to go to him. So no, it doesn't matter who we attack. This is a terrible fight, by the way, if you didn't notice. Like a really terrible fight. I really shouldn't have picked this. It's like, hey, which fight can we pick that's the most irritating to try to deal with? Well, now you're looking at it. This is literally one of the most annoying fights. All right, let's see if we can kill Death Knight now. Cannot. He's going to do that. All right, we're going to try to get some healing going. She did not get it off because she is feared. So we're going to try to use this on him. I don't think this is a winnable fight for this team, especially when we're using him. But as you can see, we're taking a pretty good beating right now. Like I'm very impressed that he's still alive. Like if any other team would probably be dead by now because he was protecting them and he was taking the brunt of the attacks. So, all right, let's see if we can get some revival here. We're going to try to win this, but okay, now it's definitely over. We are toast now. Toast. But either way, you can at least see that he can take a nice little chunk of damage here. I mean, look at that. He took like what? He took all the hits from like almost every hero in here. All right, but this is a waste of time, so we're gonna get out of here. I just wanted to show you that he can survive, and that was really the point of that. I wouldn't use him in arena if this wasn't a stupid, ridiculous team that just kind of doesn't stop healing. Then yeah, these guys would all be dead. But Pytheon, literally ridiculously stupid hero. Ultimate Death Knight with anyone who revives and heals is a stupid hero. I mean, like these are just one of those teams. So but as you saw, they did last a pretty damn long time. I mean, he took a ton of hits. So if you're looking for somebody to protect the rest of your team, then he's good. Against something like this, you want more attack damage. That way you can just kill them and stop. I would bring in honestly Soulbon in here because she'll probably one shot Death Knight and all of these guys. So I don't like this team would have been dead. But that's what I would do here. But yeah, that's basically what I want to show you is that he can help you protect your team. Just don't bring him into fights like that where it's super defensive intensive because you just want to kill those guys as fast as possible. That was him in there. Dungeons. I mean, we brought in, I believe, did this on stage 20. I believe we did it with this team. No, this is what I was doing before. We're gonna take him out. We're gonna bring him into the lead. Now, last time we did this with Risk Arm, they were gonna do it with him. Now he does the dungeon thing, so we can actually get some defense in here. Gonna slow down your run tremendously, just so you know. We're gonna do the double hit. Is 100% going to slow your run down because you're going to do less damage, and you're basically bringing him in. And I've said this before with the defensive heroes, you're bringing him in to basically guarantee that you win. Is essentially what the point of defensive heroes is that they don't die, and that's really what you want in especially Ice Golem. It's a real jerk fight for the high end when you first get here. So if you're having trouble in Ice Golem, people like Visix, people like Myrmidon. Like Myrmidon is basically a baby Visix. He can protect your whole team and keep them alive long enough to survive. And as you can see, they're not going to die. Really, I've had this team wiped. I've had my team wiped in this dungeon so many times. You can literally go back and watch all my videos, and you'll see it. You'll just see like me being like, "What the hell happened?" And you just get killed in one hit by the golem when both of the ads are up, and you didn't kill him fast enough. So that's the only downside is that you might, if you're not bringing a lot of oomph in your team, having Myrmidon on it might not help you. You might just need more oomph to get through it, possibly a healer, resurrector, things like that. But they should do pretty well in here. It's funny how I used to run stage 20 and I was like always worried that we were going to lose. And now it's like, even with defensive heroes, we're kind of pushing through this. These waves used to take me like 2 minutes. So we are improving as a team. It's good. I'm bringing in, I mean, granted, yes, I'm bringing in, legendary heroes that take a while to get, but either way, we're still pretty much running this with defensive heroes. And he actually put up, I think when we did the video, Myrmidon put up the second highest damage. I think, yeah, it was Risk Arm took up the first slot for damage, and then Myrmidon was second for damage. And I even brought in Archmage Helmet, and he didn't outdamage them. So, granted, I have him built for stuns. I don't have him built for damage, so that's probably why I would assume that Archmage could outdamage them. But yeah, they're just beasts. Like over long period fights, yeah, they rock. Now we've got our protection up. How's it? It's 2 turns, right? Or is it 1? I can't tell. Either way, it's long enough where if he actually does it at the right time, it's useful. So having someone like maybe Valor in here would be a little more appropriate because then you could actually extend his ally protect. But he's going to take a lot of damage in him. You're seeing he's a tank who took a bunch of hits in the arena and still survived for like 3 or 4 rounds, right? Now he's up against the Ice Golem and he's taking a ton of damage. And he does have the revoke, which is really good for ads, so he can take those guys down. There you go. He's got his heal. We've got Apothecary in there to take him back up, see? And then we're back in action. Still can heal, and then he's got his regen on, which is nice. He can just keep healing himself, which is also very good, unless he gets that don't heal horse crap. Yeah, but it was funny. I built him because I was like, you know what? I want this guy. And then I'm like, he's going to be dead. Well, there you go. Apparently we didn't. Oh, wait, we were on stage 20, right? Yeah, okay. Let's say I didn't really think this one through. I probably should have done a lower level. No, but the good news is they're staying alive. And he's got the ally protect up still, apparently. Got speed. As long as Syl and Drex can keep themselves alive long enough to just revive and heal everyone back up, Kale's pretty good at keeping himself alive. Apothecary can keep himself alive. So that was a dangerously close fight there because he hit us. That was with both ads up, I think. Is that why he did so much damage? I honestly wasn't paying attention. I was more talking about Myrmidon at the time when we got hit with that. Yeah, having a defense down kind of sucks. We want to get those ads killed, which is where the defense part comes into play. You need those ads dead, at least one ad dead by the time he does that stupid attack. Otherwise, your whole team's going to get wrecked. Right now, we're at 1. Now we're going to get him down to another one. He's going to revive. Hoopla, hoopla, yada, yada, yada. Increasing speed is always good. Everybody's healed up to max again. The only time you have that problem is when you have the defense down and then you get hit with that big attack because then they'll one-shot your whole team. Or if you go to McDonald's in the middle of a fight. Look at that. He's got 4,000 defense and he's getting murderized. This is why I was saying you definitely want to give him a little bit more defense to kind of get him moving. Fight's not taking as long as I thought. I remember back in the beginning, we were doing these fights and they were taking like 6 to 7 minutes. And now we're getting into these fights and they're taking like 5 minutes. There you go. He got one shot. Well, not one shot. Yeah, kind of one shot. He got hit a lot. All right, so it's not one shot. I'm not convinced it was a one shot. I'm going to take it to the judges. Judges say he was not one shot. It's horse crap. But yeah, basically that's it. He's good for protection. And mixed up with someone like Valerie, you can extend his protection so that it actually is useful. Most of my team is very fast, so a lot of times it just doesn't really do much for us, unfortunately. But there you go. We got a win, and he put up 787,000, so he was just below Sill. Obviously, he's not going to beat Kale, and Drextar's ridiculous. I mean, so he's a defense monster, and he puts up insane damage with burns. But yeah, there you go. He was like the middle ground. He's right around Sill's area. This is basically where I would use him. Far as other dungeons, really, it's just whatever you think that you need more defense in. So if you're having trouble keeping your team alive, then I would say Dragon and Ice Golem are basically his kind of playground area. That's really where I would bring him. And then into the faction wars, he's good there because he can keep your team alive and just make sure you have a healer or someone who can do shields or something. I use Valerie, I believe, in there. I think she's Bannerlord, right? Use Valerie in there. Definitely makes it a much easier fight. Now, that's about it, honestly. Like, that's the only thing I would say he's really like useful for is faction wars and keeping you alive in any. This is for any dungeon. Remember, mine's not even built that great. It's keeping you alive for any dungeon. Now we can say go into here, the Doom Tower. We do use him in Hydra sometimes, but I wouldn't say it's useful enough where I would show it now. Like he's basically there if you need to protect your team for one round. Maybe we'll show it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know if I use them. I know I use keys. I don't even know if I use them. But in here at least, like I can't think of any of these bosses that you would really actually. I would say maybe even the spider because I did use Visix to keep us alive, but that's only for auto teams. You're first trying to beat it, I wouldn't say. Let's go into the last fight. Let's go in here. Here, boom. Let's go in here, and we're gonna see. This is where we use Visix. Let's take her out, and let's put Myrmidon in. All right. So now we've got him. So this is basically my team now. You can put anyone here. I used Kale before. Um, whoever you want, really. We'll bring Kale in, even though I like him better. No, screw it. We're gonna bring Galek in. Let's make it rain. I think we want accuracy here, possibly. It's a tough call. We're gonna stick with HP. There we go. Let's see. Let's see how they handle the highest reaches of Doom Tower. So now we got Galek, we've got Apothecary, we've got Syl, we've got Drex, and we've got Myrmidon. Now I brought Visix in because she has a provoke. Now Myrmidon only has a provoke on his A1, so he's going to be super less useful here than Visix. But that's the point: is that these are heroes you can use if you haven't been playing 270 days. Then guess what? You don't have freaking Visix. I mean, that's just life, you know. Got to live our life the way it is, and if you don't have Visix, you don't have Visix. So Myrmidon is kind of like your go-to for the stuff that Visix is good at, and kind of badass. I'm not gonna lie. I like his outfit. I like his setup. I just like him. It was weird when I first built him. I was like, why am I building this stupid ass? I was like, what the heck is wrong with me? Why do I like Myrmidon? And then I was like, you know what? I just started really liking him. Got him up to 50, and I'm like, this guy's kind of starting to rock. And now he has helped me beat the faction crypt. So I guess it was worth it. Granted, it took me 12 minutes, and I did it on manual, but I still beat it, and that's the point, right? We want to. Oh, this is going to be a horrible fight. I really hope that this doesn't become a problem. There's so many of those guys. There you go. Oh, he only provoked one. Oh, great. I think I remember this fight, and I think this was the worst fight we could have chose to do this, by the way, because it's all Siffies, I think, on the final fight. Yeah, I remember this fight, and it was horrible because it took us so long to do it. I had to turn off auto, so I may have to do that now because that's what's going to happen. See, we're going to have to kill guys. We're going to have to take it off because these fights might have been a poor choice here. We want to kill one of these guys, right? He has defense down, doesn't he? Whatever, it doesn't matter. The problem here is that they keep reviving. If the last part is Siffy with 3 Siffies, we're not going to do this fight. Just skip out of here. But you can see that we can beat it, and that's all that really matters. Go. We take him down. Now Siffy's going to do her dumb stuff. We got to revive Mr. Galek, Lek of the Underworld. Let's hopefully stun these guys. There we go. We got a stun off. So now we want to take this guy down as much as possible. We're gonna try to kill her. She's just gonna revive everyone. That's what it is. It's like 3 Siffies, and that's why we're gonna do what we're gonna do. So we're gonna try to take their attack down so that they don't do so much damage. Kill her. As long as we can kill her, everything's fine. Then, much as we hate him, he's a jerk. See, there we go. We'll take his turn meter down. We're gonna kill him. There we go. So now we go back to Siffy. Provoking is fun. Provoking is fun, buddy. Alright, so now we're gonna kill this guy. We don't need protection right now. Alright, so she's provoked, so that's even better. Those guys, those mountain guys, they do ridiculous damage. It's actually kinda crazy how much damage they do. It's very unhelpful to beating things. I mean, he's just I forgot that we have turn meter reduction on stuff, and, like, she's, like, not getting turns, and that's why this was going as long as it was. Go, come on, just take him down. Alright, we're good now. We're gonna auto, and like I said, if it's the 3 Siffy fight, I don't think I'm gonna do it because, like I said, we're gonna be here for, like, 20 minutes, but at least you can see that it is doable. The only thing you have to do is you have to do what I just did. You gotta make sure that you alternate your stuns from Still, you have to alternate your provokes from Drexstar, and then you have to do your attack downs whenever possible. Kill Stiffy first if possible, but then alright, so let me see how I did this. We basically killed the weak ones first so that Stiffy would revive them, and then I killed the Stiffies because that way they don't revive each other. I think that's how we did it because they have high HP and defense. So you're gonna be hitting them forever. The other option is get them both down really low and then slap them with a big AoE. So that's your other option. Just like kind of deal with it. Okay, it's not the fight that I thought it was. That's good. So if you do get into that fight with the Siffies, yeah, just know it sucks, and your whole life is going to be sucky when you do it. You're gonna hate it. I think it took me like 15 minutes to beat it because it's just such a dumb fight. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. Was putting a bunch of revivers and healers all in one fight just to make it annoying. I know it's a DPS check. I get it. I understand what they were going for, but it's just boring and uninspired. I use the word uninspired to make myself sound smart, and it didn't work. Just so we're clear. So there you go. We got no reward for beating that. 0 rewards. My best time here was 1 minute and 48 seconds. So obviously, if you have a choice here, don't use Myrmidon. But you're a really strong attack guy in the beginning and just wipe the crap out of these guys. So there you go. That's Myrmidon for today. All right, so let's go look at him again because it's always fun to look at him at the end. Nice, we got something here. Oh, we got some rewards. Let's see. Come on, you guys get a nice little treat. You get to see me pick up a reward for doing the Ice Golem tournament. I don't even know where I'm at on it. I think I get 100K. This is really slow. What's going on there? Yeah, these tournaments. Here we go. We got 100K. There we go. We got some silver. Hope you guys are excited. I'm very excited. So let's look at Marmadin again so we can gloat about how awesome. I want to make it a goal to have the best Myrmidon in the raid community. I don't even know. I doubt I do. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there who likes him better than I do, but I got a 46,000 power. We should start doing that. We'll make contests. Who in the raid community has the strongest Myrmidon? Go ahead. Show me. Show me your Myrmidon. You won with me. That was a terrible accent. Go watch Troy for Christ's sake. Watch Troy. Great movie. All right, so that's Myrmidon. Basically, just use him if you need defense. That's it. Like he's a protector. He's not gonna die unless he gets hit by stuff with the protect up, and then just bring Syl or somebody who can heal and revive him. I mean, you got a bunch of heroes out there that can revive Grinner. You've got who else? I've got Arbiter, Syl. What's that one from Reliquary Tender? A bunch of revivers in the game. I mean, just find one, and he's perfect with them. Or get somebody who can put some shields and heals on him. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, remember, like, share, subscribe, tell everyone you know about Myrmidon and that you saw the best Myrmidon you've seen ever on my channel. Even though it may not be true, you can lie to them. I'm okay with it. I don't know your friends, so if you lie to them, it doesn't affect me in any way, and I'm okay with that, just so we're clear. All right? So this is Myrmidon. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd. And you guys